A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, although in reality, it was really only a couple of years ago and it was right here, I decided to get into miniature wargaming. Now, I'd been painting for a couple of years, but I actually wanted to put some figures on the table and play a game. I painted a full 2000 point Age of Sigmar army, but after looking at the rules, I didn't really want to play that game. 40k, very much the same reason. I don't want to do math, I didn't want to roll that many dice. I had no emotional connection to it. So I was looking for a game that was fun, simple, and I said emotional connection, something that makes me want to play the game. I really only had two choices. I had the Middle-earth strategy battle game, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars Legion, Star Wars. Now, if you've known my channel for any longer than a couple of minutes that I've been rambling at you, you'll know that I went with the Middle-earth strategy battle game. And it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I have made some incredible friends from playing this game and from making content on YouTube through the channel, and I would never give that up. It has been such a light in my life the last couple of years, especially for my mental health, having all these great people that I've met and these friendships that I've made, and I would never ever give that up. But sometimes I wonder, what would have happened if I picked up that Star Wars Legion core set instead of that Battle of Osgiliath box? Well, it's 2024, I don't have to wonder any longer. You can play as many games as you like. So when a friend of mine decided that we're getting back into Star Wars Legion, and another couple of us said, yeah, let's do it. So with the new edition coming out, we thought, let's try something else, set up something new. So I picked up that Star Wars core set that I'd been looking at for the last 3 years now, and I dove right in. So what is actually in the Star Wars Legion core set? Now, there are two core sets. There is the OG movie one and there's the prequels one. So they have different sets, obviously, different contents. But I got the OG one because Darth Vader and Luke, you really can't beat it, can you? So inside the box, it doesn't look anything like this, unfortunately. You get enough dice to get a wee game in. You get 8 barricades for some terrain. You get all the cards that you need for your units. Unfortunately, some of these cards are now out of date because of the new edition, but all the rules are free to download from the Atomic Mass Games website. You get all the tokens necessary to play the game. You don't get this box, I got this on Amazon, it's fantastic. I've got one for Fallout, one for Elder Scrolls, one for Monster Hunter, and now one for Star Wars, and it just keeps everything where it should be. It's really good. And you get a little learn to play book that teaches you the very basic rules, which is unfortunately some of it's out of date, and yeah, it also tells you how to assemble your miniatures, which is quite handy. The miniatures themselves aren't difficult, like I really enjoyed building them. It's good fun. They stick together well, they are very, very, very nice to paint as well. I'll show you the miniatures in a minute. Obviously there's no miniatures here. Unfortunately I've painted them already. I was really tempted to paint them on camera, but I couldn't wait to get them painted because I love Star Wars and I was really, really desperate to get them painted. So let me show you some of the painted models. So here are the Rebel forces from the box. In total there's 33 miniatures, split quite evenly. You have Luke Skywalker as the leader of your Rebel forces. You can probably paint them better than me, so don't come for me in the comments. But yeah, he's armed with a pistol as well, so he's actually quite handy. You also get an AT-RT, which is fantastic. It's great fun. If it focuses, yep, sure. It has 3 different weapon options that you can glue on, or if you're really smart like me, some magnets. Then you just say, do you know what? Actually, I feel like I'm going to take the flamethrower today and commit some war crimes, or I'm going to take the laser cannon just to pierce some armor. But yeah, it's really handy. It saves you buying 3 different ones. And then you've got 2 squads of Rebel Troopers. Now, Rebel Troopers have a leader each, which this seems to be this guy with the binoculars as a leader, and they have 4 members. For extra points you can take a 5th, and then you can take a specialist. You get 2 options for your specialists. You've got like a heavy Gatling gunner type guy, great focus, thank you very much. Or you can have a guy with an ion cannon, just to take out vehicles and droids if you come up against some separatists. So that seems to be the the standard sort of setup for troopers. These models, as I said, these models are absolutely brilliant and a joy to paint. They're really simple. There's no fiddly bits. They've got lots of nice little details that you can pick out if you really want to go hard. For me, I slap chopped them, primed them in grey, gave them a white dry brush and put some speed paints and contrast paints on them. I made it really easy on myself because I just wanted them done. I wanted a little palette cleanser. We paint a lot of browns from Middle Earth, so I wanted to paint something different. I attempted to do some camouflage on some of them. It's not really showing through great, but for like my specialist rebels, like the veterans or the there's a sniper squad, it's called Commandos, I might do like proper camouflage for them, just something a bit different. But yeah, the models were actually great fun to paint. Easier to paint, however, is the Empire, which I'll show you now. So here are the rebels, and like I said, even easier to paint. It's easy to go for a Tatooine look instead of like the Endor look of the rebels. Did I say rebels twice? Empire? These are the Empire. Led of course by Daddy Darth. I never realised just how difficult black was to paint until now. Grey really helps. These were incredibly easy to paint. They were literally primed in white and washed with a very light Nuln oil, heavily diluted with some speed paint medium, or I guess Lamian medium if you've got that stuff. Captains I put a little bit more, I think I call lieutenants maybe, or sergeants, but I put a little bit more effort into them and highlighted them up with the white, and I think they came out pretty good if I do say so myself. I like the shoulder pads. So again, oh sorry, the speeders. I've never actually painted anything with one of these flight stands. That was extra steps involved that I didn't really know about, because I need to prime it all separately, then assemble it, because you know if you spray paint that again defeats the purpose of it. But these are pretty cool. They've got scout troopers on them, and they're quite handy. They do get lost in a fight though, because they have like automatic moves. I'll cover the rules later, but yeah, they're quite fun. Yeah, again, stormtroopers come in squads of 4. You can pay an extra point for a 5th one, and then you get a specialist. You've got a rocket launcher or a heavy cannon sort of thing. I think it pierces armour. It's not quite a Gatling gun, but like Fraser explained it was like a 50 cal in Star Wars. It does a bit of armour piercing. Great fun. Darth is an absolute monster, as you'd expect. I had a little practice game, which we'll talk about more later, and they wiped the floor with my rebels. So yeah, maybe I picked the wrong army to back. Now I am not in a position to explain the rules of Star Wars Legion yet. I'm not that comfortable with them, unfortunately. But the cards that come with all of the products that you buy, they've got the rules on them, and it's all relatively easy. I know some of them are a bit outdated and need updated, but like I said, the updated rules are all free to download on the Atomic Mass Games website, and I'm sure next year they're going to do new starter sets with new cards in it, so that's something to maybe hold off on if you're that desperate to have it in card form. I bought myself a printer, so I just printed off the rules, and I'll maybe laminate them, so it was really easy. But yeah, all the rules are on there, and it even tells you what the keywords mean on the other side. They're really easy, even for somebody like me. Yeah, cool. Tells you what the health is, how many dice you get to roll for their attacks, and what damage they do, or extra damage they do. So those are quite handy. Not just the units, but the actual missions themselves are on card form, so depending on what missions you want to play, it tells you how to set up the map for them, and what you get points for, I guess. That's how you deploy, and any sort of special conditions, so maybe rapid reinforcements, you guys come on turn 2 and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. The huge part of the game is the command phase, where you and your opponent secretly and then declare what command card you're going to use, and that tells you which units you get to choose to activate. Kind of like bolt action, where it's random activation. That plays a huge part of it as well, because so if I played Master of Evil, Darth Vader and 2 other units, I could choose to activate them when it was my turn. If I wanted to activate the 3rd unit, I would have to draw it randomly and hope for the best. But yeah, it's really fun, and it's alternating activations, which I think is great. One of the sore things about 40k for sure, and even sometimes Lord of the Rings semi-SPG, is that if you get a, say if I'm playing Rohan and I'm playing against any infantry army and I win priority, it's pretty much GG, game over for my opponent, because I'm just going to charge them, get the double attacks, get all the charge bonuses, and it's going to be a really horrible afternoon for that opponent. With this, it's alternating activation, so you can get a good turn, then I've got a good turn back. All of the items that you can take, including, like I said, an extra unit, they're all on card as well, so all of the rows of this. So if you take that rocket launcher stormtrooper, that's what it does, it's all explained for you. These are great, like I wish more games did this. I know, again, I've got a printer, I can just do it myself, but yeah, these are awesome, I really like these. There's handy little things to have, and it keeps you right. You just have it on the table and say, oh yeah, that's what that does again, cool, nice, sweet. But yeah, the actual game itself, let's talk a little bit more about that. So you've got your models painted up and you've got an opponent to play. Now it's time to actually play the game. I would highly advise using Tabletop Admiral to build your army lists, because it is incredible. It makes things super simple. Not only are they the best MASBG army builder, they're also the best Star Wars Legion army builder. Now you and your opponent will decide what mission you're playing, what special effects may be on the table, and how you deploy. You'll then do the most important part, which is determining what terrain counts as what type of cover. There are two types of cover in Star Wars Legion, light cover and heavy cover. More on that in a second. Now terrain comes in three types: no cover, light cover and heavy cover. There are abilities on either sides that can put cover up or down, and cover can be a maximum of 2. When you have one cover, you roll a dice and you've got a 1 in 6 chance of blocking a shot. When you've got heavy cover, you've got a 2 in 6 chance, so you always want to be protected. Now, speaking of rolling dice, Star Wars Legion uses its own unique dice. Depending on how strong your character is, how good their weapons or armour are, determines how many and what colour of dice they roll. Now at the beginning of each turn, you and your opponent select a command card that you're going to use for that turn. These command cards allow you to activate certain units and also give you some bonuses as well, but there is some strategy involved in it. All of these command cards have pips between 1 and 4. Whoever chooses the lowest number of pips goes first. If it's a tie, you roll off, or you do rock paper scissors, or whoever you want to deal with it. So you're stuck. Do you want to choose a slightly worse card to guarantee you go first, or do you want to use your best card but you'll maybe sacrifice that first move? Any units that didn't get an order token from the command card, they get a face down token, and you have to draw it at random. So there's a bit of guesswork involved as well. Now, once you've activated your unit, they'll generally have 2 actions that they can use before they end their turn. Standard for most games, really. The only one you can do twice is move twice, so you can't shoot twice. But there are other actions like aiming and dodging. So say if you maybe aren't a great shot like stormtroopers, you maybe aim first then shoot, whereas if you're rebels, you want to dodge, because their special abilities allow you to just regain dodge tokens, which is great. So yeah, there are a number of actions you can do, all pretty standard fare for board games. And to make things really easy, there are movement and range tools included in the core set, so you don't need to carry a measuring tape around with you, you just need sticks. It's kind of handy for someone that consistently leaves their measuring tape at home when they go to tournaments. And yeah, that's pretty much the game. There are another couple of cool rules that I like about it as well. There's suppression, so every time you're under fire you gain a suppression token, which gives you extra cover because you know you're keeping your head down to avoid getting shot at. But if you get too many of them, you might lose an action, and you'll have 1 action per turn, or just receive no action, so your unit's completely frozen in fear. And with the new edition, they've also added a new rule called Backup, which is quite similar to Age of Sigmar's Lookout Sir, where hero characters, if they've got some core units beside them, can get more saves. So someone will shout out, watch out, look, Darth Vader's flung a lightsaber at you, and he'll duck out of the way. I really wish MESBG had this rule to save Legolas from sniping one of your units from the other side of the map, but maybe that'll come in the new edition of MESBG, who knows? Not me for sure. So using just the core set and the rules on hand, Fraser and I managed to get a game and we both loved it. We had great fun. He won the game convincingly with the Empire. Darth Vader really is a monster. But yeah, exciting game. You roll a lot of dice, so there's a lot of randomness involved. There's some strategy involved with what cards you pick and where you put your troops and what tokens you give them. Really enjoyed playing the game, and I definitely think I'll be doing a full length battle report at some point. Before we finish out this video, just want to say a huge thank you to my patrons. I know you guys have been waiting for about a month for a video, and I hope this one is good and you enjoy it. Star Wars Legion, a bit different to the usual MESBG stuff, but I think I'm going to start playing some more games on the channel. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, you get access to my Discord, and I'll also ship you out exclusive Rabtastic dice wherever you are in the world. And that is my experience so far with Star Wars Legion. I have loved building and painting and playing the game, and I'm looking forward to buying more models to do the exact same. Maybe get into a tournament probably next year. I'm not going to do it this year, but who knows down the line. Let's see what the community is like. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. Do you play Star Wars Legion already? Are you tempted to give it a go? Have I persuaded you that this is a good fun game that you can play? Let me know in the comments below. All the usual good YouTube stuff as well. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video. Sometimes people share my videos to my friends and say, look at this video, and they're like, oh yeah, that's Rab, I know him. That's pretty cool. But yeah, enjoy your day, and I'll catch you next time.